Celebration. My name is Brad, and I am glad to be here tonight. Don't be weirded out. I have a little pedal down here that makes my guitar loop over and over. I'm not cheating, I promise. We're glad you're here. This is going to be a good night. Let's get some music going.
I said I'm not the man I used to be lately. Yeah, you met me at an interesting time. And if my past is any sign of your future, you should be warned before I let you inside. Hold on to whatever you find, baby. Hold on to whatever will get you through. Hold on to whatever you find, baby. And I don't trust myself with loving you. And I will beg my way into your garden, and I break my way out when it rains, just to get back to the place where I started. I love you back all over again. I don't really understand. Hold on to whatever you find, baby. Hold on to whatever will get you through. Hold on to whatever you find, baby. And I don't trust myself with loving you, yeah. Hold on to whatever you find, baby. Hold on to whatever will get you through. Hold on to whatever you find, baby. And I don't trust myself with loving you, yeah.
All right. Again, welcome everybody. My name is Brad. We have a great show planned for you tonight, but we are so glad that you're here for the Westerberg Celebration. It looks like I'm looking right now at a screen that you probably can't see yet, but you're going to see it, and we are climbing our way up the thermometer of money. So keep on giving, and we'll see you at the end. I'm going to do some more music for you. Usually about now I have some requests. I don't have any requests coming this way, which means I have to choose my own. Let's do some more funky stuff.
Well, it started way back in NYC when I stole my first rhyme from the MIC down to West End Avenue at 63. The beginning of the leap year, February 96, when a guitar picked it up in the mix. Committed to the licks like a nickel bag of tricks. I said, look at me now, then look at me now. Well, I'm a curbside prophet, got my hand in my pocket. I'm waiting for my rocket to come. Curbside prophet, got my hand in my pocket, and I'll be waiting for my rocket, y'all. Curbside prophet, got my hand in my pocket, and I'll be waiting for my rocket to come. Curbside prophet, hand in my pocket, I'll be waiting for my rocket to come. Well, then you never did ever to guess, and I bet that I have no regrets, cause I bet my whole checking account. It all amounts to nothing up in the end, and you can always count that on the road again. Will soon be on my radio dial, and I'll be paying close attention to the wheeliness and style, like a band of gypsies on the highway wild. Well, I'm a one-man wishing on the California skyline, driving the coast, I brag and I boast. I'm picking it up a pace and making time like Space Ghost, raising a toast to the highway patrol with the most. My cruise controls on coast. I'm touring around the nation on extended vacation. See, I got Elsa, he my doggy exceeded my limitations. I said, I like your style, crazy pound pup. You need a ride? Come on, girl, hop in my trunk. I'm a curbside prophet, got my hand in my pocket. I waited for my rocket to come, yeah. Well, I'm a curbside prophet, got my hand in my pocket, and I'll be waiting for my rocket, y'all. And I'm a curbside prophet, got my hand in my pocket, and I'll be waiting for my rocket to come on. See, I'm a curbside prophet, got my hand in my pocket, I'll be waiting for my rocket, y'all. Well, I'm a down-home brother, redneck undercover. Got my guitar here, I'm ready to play. A sucker for a filly, got a natural ability, geared to freestyle. Check out my flexibility, dangerous on the mic, my ghetto hat's cocked right. The ladies say, oh, you're so crazy, Brad. I backstage, better take them more than they can get. They say, what's up with B-R-A-D? And I said, hey. Well, something's different in my world today. They changed my traffic signs to the brighter yellow. And I said, hey. Well, something's different in my world today. They changed my traffic signs to a bright and shiny yellow. Said,
all right, we're going to do something that the young kids call a mashup. If you're a little bit older like myself, you may call it a medley still. It's up to you, but it's two songs squished into one. And this second song is a little excerpt from a musical piece called Hamilton the Musical. How is it going to work? How is it going to work, you say? Well, I mash it up, kind of like potatoes and butter. How does a bastard orphan, son of a whore and a Scotsman, dropped in the middle of a forgotten spot in the Caribbean by providence, impoverished by squalor, grow up to be a hero and a scholar? The $10 founding father without a father got a lot farther by being a lot smarter, by working a lot harder, by being a self-starter. At 14, they placed him in charge of a trading charter, and every day while slaves were being slaughtered and carted away across the waves, he struggled and kept his guard up. Inside he was longing for something to be a part of. The brother was ready to beg, steal, borrow, or barter. Then a hurricane came and devastation reigned. The man saw his future dripping down the drain, put a pencil to his temple, connected it to his brain, and he wrote his first refrain, a testament to his pain. Then word got around, they said this kid is insane, man. Took up a collection just to send him to the mainland. Get your education, don't forget from whence you came. The world's gonna know your name. What's your name, man? Alexander Hamilton. His name was Alexander Hamilton, and there's a million things he hasn't done, baby. Just you wait, that bunt that was a curbside prophet. Got my hand in my pocket and I'm waiting for my rocket to come on. See, I'm a curbside prophet, got my hand in my pocket and I'll be waiting for my rocket, y'all, yeah. And I'm a curbside prophet, got my hand in my pocket, I'll be waiting for my rocket to come on. See, I'm a curbside prophet, got my hand in my pocket and I'll be waiting for my rocket, y'all.
When he was 10, his father split, full of it, debt-ridden. 2 years later, see Alex and his mother bedridden, half dead, sitting in their own sick, the scent thick. And Alex got better, but his mother went quick. They moved in with his cousin. The cousin committed suicide, left him with nothing but ruin, pride, something deep inside. Voice saying, Alex, you gotta fend for yourself. He started retreating, reading every treatise on the shelf. There would have been nothing left to do for someone less astute. He would have been dead or destitute without a cent of restitution. Started working, clerking for his late mother's landlord, trading sugar cane and rum and all the things you can't afford, scamming for every book he could get his hand on. Shoot, see him now with his hand on the prow of the ship, baby. Was headed to a new land in New York. You can't be a new man, baby. New York, you can be a new man. Every new, well, a curbside prophet, got my hand in my pocket. I waited for my rocket to come on. See, I'm a curbside prophet, got my hand in my pocket. I'll be waiting for my rocket to come. Here we go.
All right. We mashed it up. I just noticed something. I can see myself in the screen here at the studio, and the background is blue. The sign is blue. My shirt is blue. The hat is also blue. I did not plan that well. Thank goodness for the orange light that's back there separating me from anything. So, if you like blue, like I do, and I hope you like blue too, then you're probably having an enjoyable time. I think we have time for one or two more songs, so let's see here. What should we do? How about some Johnny Cash for you? Take it back.
Hello, everybody. I'm not Johnny Cash. Love is a burning thing, and well, it makes a fiery ring. Bound by wild desire, I fell into a ring of fire. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher. Well, it burns, 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 the ring of fire, the ring of fire. Well, the taste of love is sweet when hearts like ours meet. I fell for you like a child, and all but the fire was wild. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher. Well, it burns, 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 the ring of fire, the ring of fire. Well, it burns, 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 the ring of fire. Thank you, everybody. The ring of fire.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to the 30th annual Westerberg Celebration. My name is Eric Hansen. It's my honor to be with you on this Thursday evening around Central Iowa. It's so nice outside. At the same time, we appreciate you taking the time to join us inside a little bit and watch to learn a little bit about what's going on with our healthcare heroes around Central Iowa, to celebrate them and to raise some money to support them as well around Central Iowa. As I said, my name is Eric Hansen. I'm an anchor and reporter at KCCI TV here in Des Moines. I grew up in Central Iowa, have lived here all of my life. I've been a past patient and going to be a future patient at Unity Point Health as well. I'm going to have hip replacement surgery in just a couple of weeks. So I'll be off work for a little while, but while I'm off work, I'm going to be a patient getting my hip replaced and learning and spending some time with the healthcare professionals here in Central Iowa who have done so much this year to deal with the crisis that we've had. Tonight, we're gathering together to support those healthcare heroes who have done so much over the last year, especially the ones at Iowa Methodist Medical Center, Iowa Lutheran Hospital, and Methodist West Hospital as well. You'll remember last year when things were just getting crazy. The timing was impeccable. The invitations for this event went out and they were just sent in the mail, and then the whole globe kind of just shut down because of the pandemic. Things had to change, and our plan for this event, as well as some other things, had to change as well. But the need to support those healthcare heroes around us continued throughout the year. That's been important. Little did we know all of the changes that were going to be happening in the days and weeks and months, and even now the years to come. What those healthcare heroes have been through for so many months, dealing with the specifics of the pandemic, while also dealing with the healthcare emergencies and the routine medical checkups that so many people need throughout this last 14 or 15 months. Personally, the pandemic has changed my life a lot. Little did I know that I would have to anchor the morning news for KCCI from my own basement for 19 weeks. I never thought that was possible, but with a phone, I can use this as a television camera, and it can actually work. I set up an entire studio in my basement, and we brought the headlines of what was going on in an ever-changing world. So many of those headlines had to deal directly with what patients and doctors and nurses and support staff were dealing with at a time when so much was changing and the world was kind of going crazy. But those healthcare professionals were there to support us, and tonight we're here to support them. The theme for tonight is all about hope, health, and healing. Those three words: hope, health, and healing. And as we think back over the last 15 months, those three words have really been kind of the cornerstone of what we've been going through. So much hope, so much health, and so much healing. Let's talk about hope, for example. Hope is what we've all needed when we've been facing the unknowns. Not only in the beginning, when the pandemic started a year ago, March, but now thinking about what lies ahead. So many headlines are changing even today from the CDC. While it means something different for each of us, that hope unites us all. In addition to hope, there's also health. Remember when COVID-19 arrived, our hospitals really became the frontline defense against the highly contagious and dangerous disease. No one knew what was going on in the world, and those healthcare professionals were there to give us the health. Health took on a whole new meaning, and our level of appreciation for those healthcare heroes only grew as the days and the weeks and the months and now the years have gone on. And then in addition to hope and health, there's also the healing. So important. Healing, whether it be from COVID-19 or from a different medical condition, maybe the loss of a loved one or the mental and emotional recovery from the pandemic, or your own unique situation, whatever that may be. Healing really brings with it a sense of calm and the peace that we all need in doing so. Now, together, we have been through so much during this pandemic, and whatever we've been through health-wise, healthcare professionals have been with us throughout the day. So we invite you to join us and kind of raise a glass wherever you are watching to say thank you to those healthcare heroes around us. Support them in a few minutes as well. But just to say thank you to all of what those healthcare heroes have done, we invite you to raise a glass and thank them for what they've done throughout this year. Now, the proceeds from tonight's celebration are going to thank them directly, to say thanks. What you're doing is not forgotten. We really are paying attention. And those healthcare heroes, they have some tough times as well. So tonight's support will help them with their physical and mental and emotional and psychological situations that they're going through in their own lives as they try to help us go through ours. See, they showed up at a time when we have needed it over the last year, and now it's our time to show up and help them for what they are going through and what that continues to be happening. We have a very fun evening over the next 45 minutes or so planned, including honoring this year's Coskery Award for Philanthropy recipients, Dr. John and Ann Greist. We'll hear from our honorary chairs tonight, Dr. Lisa Veach and Dr. Mark Pirtle. We'll also hear from more folks, and you can follow along in your program that you should have in front of you. While tonight is all about fun, it's also about fundraising as well. Again, thanking those people who've had our backs for the last year. You can make a gift really easy to support our healthcare heroes. There's the number to text. You can text the word WBC 2021 for the Westerberg Celebration Celebration to WBC 2021 to 41444. Again, text WBC 2021 to 41444. Gifts can be made of honor or in memory of those who mean so much to you, and each gift will be added to our Westerberg Celebration thermometer, and our goal tonight is to raise $15,000. We're just starting out, and we're already at $11,000. You folks are generous, and we appreciate all of it. And it goes, that $15,000 is going to go to 3 specific programs, and we're going to talk about that in just a second. Speaking of donations, though, tonight would not be possible without sponsors who have made this possible. It takes a lot to put this all on, especially in this virtual situation that we've kind of had to change for this year. But a complete list of those sponsors is in your program. We invite you to flip it over and look for those sponsors and thank them also for what they've done. We also like to share some specific appreciation to some folks, and to do that, we'll hand it over to Tom Mulroney, Chief Operating Officer for Iowa Lutheran and Methodist West Hospitals.
The work we do in our hospitals and in our community through Taylor House Hospice, Unity Point at Home, and our clinics would not be possible without the wonderful support we receive from our community. It's generous individuals, organizations, and foundations like all of you that support the work of our frontline healthcare workers that allows them to do the work that they are passionate and care deeply about. And at no other point in this past year have we witnessed what that support means to our organization and our community. For all of our sponsors here this evening that are supporting the Westerberg Celebration Celebration, let me be the first to say thank you. Thank you for your support and partnership. But I just don't want you to take my word for it, so I've recruited a few of our team members to help us extend and say just how grateful we are for your support.
Thank you for digging in and showing your support.
Your giving is a real shot in the arms. Your support is the best. No bones about it.
We are so bowled over by your support.
Yes!
We are not kidding around. You are the best.
Community support is the best medicine.
Serving up our thanks to you.
So let me end where I started, with a thank you. A thank you for not only your support, but being there for our healthcare heroes when we needed it the most this past year. Thank you for all the generosity, thank you for all of your commitment, and thank you for all your encouragement that you continue to show us. Your support here this evening will continue to build the resiliency of our healthcare workers for years to come as we continue to serve all of our community's healthcare needs. Thank you.
Some creativity there, right, from around the campuses of the hospitals. Well, the outpouring of support from the community has already been really overwhelming over the last year. Not only just the kind words, but the gestures to those healthcare heroes. But tonight, you have an opportunity to support them financially, too, and give back to those healthcare heroes who have supported our community so well. But what exactly do those gifts go toward? We're going to tell you about 3 specific things. As part of our celebration tonight, our goal is to raise $15,000 for those healthcare heroes to help their hope, healing, and health, to support the 3 special initiatives that will help those heroes. Specifically, here's what they are. For hope, we're talking about Tea for the Soul. With a cart of warm beverages and sweet treats, the Unity Point Health Des Moines chaplains traveled around to different departments in the hospital, offering care and compassion and a brief pause for employees to just give them a deep breath in what can be such a challenging job. These moments, whether during a busy day or following a traumatic event, have really made a special difference, especially in the last year. And $5,000 is needed to help run that program for 3 months. $5,000 will do that. On the health side, we're talking about advancing education. As we learn more about the long-term effects of COVID-19, more and more each day and each week, we know that there's a need to equip the team with the necessary education and skills to continue to provide care in the face of the unknown. There's a lot of questions still out there. We want to answer them. $5,000 will provide advanced skills enhancement and education for the healthcare team to remain at the forefront of care. That's hope and health, and then there's healing. We're talking about Schwartz Rounds. It's a program that's a national program, a multidisciplinary forum specifically designed to care for the social and emotional and the psychological needs of the healthcare professionals. They need it. Through storytelling and conversations and just camaraderie, the program provides a safe and helpful way to provide the support for our caregivers that they really need. $5,000 will provide that healing program to our healthcare team so they can talk and have those stories and those conversations to move forward. Those initiatives are specifically designed to support the team members of Unity Point Health Des Moines as they deal with what has happened over the last year. They've dealt with a lot. They've seen so much over this last year, but it's not over. It's also what lies ahead as well. So in the next few minutes, emails and text messages are going to be going out. Your phone might start buzzing. Your laptop might as well, as our team lets you know how you can get plugged in as well. You can show your support through that. You can send in a text as well. That's WBC 2021. You send that text to 41444. Or if you'd like to, just write out a check the old-fashioned way. You can do that too. The address is in your program, and you can send that in, put a stamp on it, and drop it in the mail, and that'll go to the same pot of money as well to support those 3 things that help our healthcare heroes. So get to your phones or your computers or grab that checkbook and put the stamp on the letter as well. Any way it will help those healthcare heroes, and that's great. And thanks to some early donors, we're already off to a great start. My goodness, I couldn't believe it when I saw that. Together, we can reach, if we're lucky, surpass our goal moving forward as well. Yes, we're here to raise some money, but we're also here to say congratulations and thanks to some pretty special people who have had the opportunity to celebrate one of the time-honored traditions of this event each year, the Coskery Award for Philanthropy. It's the highest honor given out each year by Unity Point Health Des Moines Foundation. It's time to give that out. Tell you more about the award itself before we get to the person who's a recipient. Here is Eric Lothe, Executive Vice President and Chief Operating Officer for Unity Point Health Des Moines.
The Coskery Award for Philanthropy recognizes leadership in time, talent, and treasure given to our 3 hospital campuses, Iowa Methodist Medical Center, Iowa Lutheran Hospital, and Methodist West Hospital. The individuals and organizations that have received this award have been instrumental in their own special way and are part of the fabric of our organization. In 2020, we had 2 of our recipients who passed away, Joanne Jensen and Dr. John Heffernan. They will be missed in so many ways, but their legacy will live on in our organization forever. As we prepare to honor our 2 newest recipients, let us take a few moments to honor the legacy of Joanne, Dr. John, and all of our previous Coskery Award winners.
A lot of generous names and organizations in that list. So who is the recipient this year? Without further ado, to do the honors, here is President and CEO of Unity Point Health Des Moines, David Stark.
Hello everyone, it's David Stark here, President and CEO of Unity Point Health Des Moines. This year has been unbelievably different for all of us. Well, as we celebrate the Westerberg Celebration, we've got a special surprise today, and I'm letting you in on it. John and Ann Greist, two of our longtime great friends for over 3 decades, are going to receive the award in just a little bit. You're going to be in on the surprise. I was able to get them to come to Lynn Cutler Park here at Iowa Methodist. They have no idea what's going to happen. So we're going to sneak up, kind of like a publisher's clearinghouse, a very special thing to thank them for literally 3 decades, over $100,000 to all of our campuses. They are true pillars of our community. So join me as we go give them the award. Follow me. So we're going to just go right through the hospital here. And they're waiting out there just talking away. We got them to come today under a pretense that we're just going to be talking to them about some of the hospital services. They have no idea what we're going to be giving them. This is literally so exciting. Your patience is great. Thanks for hanging in there with us. We had to sneak in the back way so they wouldn't see us coming. And I'll tell you, their gifts throughout the years have supported Iowa Methodist. They've supported Blank Children's Hospital. They've supported Iowa Lutheran and Methodist West Hospital. I literally don't think there's an area of our hospitals that they've not supported. So it's really special to be able to recognize them today. All right, here we are, the big surprise. They have no idea what they're in for. Hey, look who's here!
Oh no!
I've got a surprise for you. The Coskery Award for Philanthropy to John and Ann Greist. Surprise! Oh, congratulations and thank you. I got you here in Lynn Cutler Park to be able to think you're coming for something else, and here we are with a nice award celebration to thank you for your support for years and years and years, for what you do for all of us. Congratulations.
Well, thank you very, very much. This is perfect. This is perfect. We're totally surprised. So let me get my comments out here and make just a couple. That's perfect, isn't it? Let's see how we do. But no, on a serious note, thank you, David, very much. It was unexpected, truly. And it's a wonderful thing. So the Coskery Award means a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, congratulations. You mean a lot to us, and you mean a lot to this whole community, and have meant that for many, many years. So thank you and congratulations.
This is a great honor, having the chance to receive the Coskery Award. That it truly is, we look at it as an honor that we weren't expecting. And with the past honorees, as we look through the list, there are marvelous people that have been with the Coskery Award, starting way back with the Hunts and the 2 Ruths that I remember from then, and proceeding through the Jensens, Joanne Mahaffey, Anderson Erickson, to the more current time with Becky and Toby Joseph and their organization, and then finally Doug and Carol Villeneuve. This is something we didn't expect to ever be in this group, but it's a wonderful thing. I'd like to say thank you to the foundation. The staff here has been marvelous. The Coskery Award actually comes from the Coskery family that helped start the entire Iowa Lutheran Foundation. And now that we've evolved into Unity Point, it is a marvelous working organization that supports the hospitals to the fullest. And with that, having this year working with Lisa Veach and Mark Pirtle as the honorary co-chairs to support the healthcare heroes is a marvelous thing. It's something the past year plus of the COVID has been a strain on everybody, but how the health system has responded and the work that the foundation does to support that really makes this worthwhile. And the honor is more than I can really imagine. So just a sincere thank you. Thank you very much.
You can tell they were surprised, but you can also know why we celebrate them and say congratulations to Dr. John and Ann Grice. They've made such a difference around the Unity Point community here in central Iowa. They've been an inspiration to so many people, and they also know what it's been like to deal with not only the last year, but also the last several years of healthcare around central Iowa. But so do, as they mentioned, the heads of this honorary chair for tonight's program. As I said, Dr. Lisa Veach and Dr. Mark Pirtle. They're both well-respected internal medicine physicians, really integral to the response to COVID-19 over the last 15 months or so here in central Iowa. Leaders who are not only instrumental to helping guide patient care for Unity Point Health and to lead them through that path, but also play a crucial role really in the response not only here in central Iowa, but also around the Midwest. And so to learn a little bit more about the response and what it's been like, let's listen to them.
Well, it's been a year for all of us, and it's time to reflect on where we've been and where we're going. And it's surely obvious that it's taken all of us as individuals and as teams working together and as a hospital system pulling all of our resources together as we battled COVID-19.
When COVID-19 started, it was a lot of unknown. We've come together as a team. We didn't know what to expect. We didn't know what kind of things we would see from a respiratory standpoint, and sometimes patients were vastly different in their respiratory process. Watching some of these patients has been also very hard because they can't have visitors, they can't have family in there, and so we become their family. I wouldn't change it for the world. I wouldn't change what I do. It's hard. Sometimes it's us and an ICU nurse, and we're the last people in there when a patient passes away.
We started early on putting an incident command in place, and we would meet on a regular basis to look at what were our supplies. We looked very carefully at what was going to be needed to take care of these patients, and early on it looked like it was primarily a respiratory illness, and that we needed to make sure that our respiratory therapy department was appropriately staffed, as well as that we had enough ventilators and that type of thing.
And speaking of incident command, I'm not certain how many consecutive weeks our incident command structure has been in play. I suspect Scott Draper might know that. But what a team effort. It was really remarkable to be on the incident command team and understand how we can make these complex decisions in a rapid manner, involve all the parties that needed to be involved in making those decisions, determine priorities, and then implement the decisions.
After we started on developing the incident command system here at Unity Point Health in Des Moines, we also got together our providers, our key leadership within our providers, our anesthesiologists, our surgeons, infectious disease, respiratory therapy, nursing, to look at what our response was going to be and what their staffing levels were. So not only did we need equipment, but we needed staffing.
A special call out, though, I think is needed for our hospitalists, our respiratory therapists, our critical care providers, and the critical care and Yonkers 7 and 8 nursing teams. They are the front line. They really, each day, stepped up and stepped out and took care of patients. And that team has taken care of the highest number of COVID-19 inpatients anywhere in the state of Iowa.
Just sitting with them and holding their hand when they get scared. You know, these patients are very lonely. There's FaceTime and they can call their families in and things like that, but they're alone and they're sick and they just don't get better, some of them. And some do and go home, which is great. We're very happy about that, but others that you become close to do get worse and pass away, and it's difficult to see.
One of the aspects of our response that I'd like to call out is the flexibility of our team members. They showed up to the challenge, they stepped up, and they provided care without hesitation, even when there were unknowns, because after all, we had a lot to learn about the virus and we're still learning. So that flexibility and adaptability of our team members was so important and continues to be important.
I feel for these patients because they don't have family members that are allowed to be here and be their support. So when I am working with my patient who has COVID, I try to be that extra person to let them know that we're here for them and we're going to keep them safe and we're going to help them.
You know, it's true that all of our clinicians played a key role, from our primary care physicians in the clinics to the OR and everybody in between. Everybody had to make rapid adjustments so that we could provide safe patient care, so rapid adjustments in their workflows, and everybody had to find a way to keep up with the rapidly expanding knowledge base about COVID. All of that was really critical to patient care.
Our respiratory therapy department, in conjunction with our critical care doctors, found out that using something like high-flow oxygen, which was not what was being used around the United States, but using high-flow oxygen, we could help to prevent people going on the ventilators. They did better. Mortality, morbidity, all those things were better when we did not put people on the ventilators. And as a result, we really became a model for the rest of the United States and the medical systems on the use of high flow in COVID, which greatly relieved our necessary dependence on ventilators.
So there's some other healthcare heroes we should call out that are not quite as obvious as the frontline staff, but played a really critical role. Really, so many, but in particular, let me address the laboratorians, the EPIC and informatics support teams, and employee health. Think about the laboratory challenge. They had to take on new tests in a very short time frame. They had to deal with a very large volume of tests requested and manage reagents that were allocated and always in short supply, at least early on. I believe that the laboratory received their first COVID-19 reagent on March 26th of 2020, and on March 27th of 2020, they provided their first patient result. That's incredible, particularly when you realize that the standard length of time for providing a new test is somewhere between 2 to 6 months for a laboratory to provide the validation and test reporting that's required. So kudos to the laboratory staff for being able to so rapidly provide the needs so that we could take care of our patients.
We're tired. We've done this for a long time. We've provided quality care to each and every patient that's come through our doors since March. But the more and more COVID patients that we see, the more of a strain it puts on the hospital and it puts on the staff.
We noted early on that we needed to be able to work in our communities with our community resources, in particular our EMS systems, our emergency management systems. We worked very carefully with the Polk County Emergency Management here at Unity Point Health Des Moines in order to have a county-wide response, whether that was on personal protective equipment, on how and to transport patients within our EMS systems, to ultimately on distribution of vaccine when vaccine became available. This was a very critical part of our response to COVID, and as a result, I believe our communities benefited greatly from our coordinated response.
Just knowing that I'm here helping to give them comfort, to give them joy, to give them laughter and love, because a lot of times we don't have that right now, and they miss their families. We're touching lives here, and this is my blessing. This is my calling.
What I am most amazed about is the bravery of our staff, the bravery of our nursing staff, our housekeeping, of our medical staff, of everyone to come into work every day and take up all the new challenges that day provided, and to provide great care in a very scary situation. I've never seen anything like that before. I've never seen people work that well together. And as a result, I think we got great results and a great response to our community. We benefited, all of us benefited from that bravery, from that professionalism, and that willingness to work together.
So I do like to reflect on the bright spots and what we'll keep going forward. Like how we all had each other's backs. I felt it. At least on more than one occasion, Dr. Pirtle claimed he had my back, and I know that he did. And all of Unity Point Health Des Moines had each other's backs as we worked through the process of providing care in this complex setting. In addition, as we worked together, we more deeply understood each other's role in this setting of providing patient care. And with that, we were able to understand the ripple effect of decisions. And all of this is with the common purpose of providing the best outcome for every patient.
I think I heard somebody say a few weeks ago that like they're hitting the pandemic wall. And I think, everything kind of coming to a head with having some of the hope with vaccinations and that kind of thing. Hopefully we have an end in sight, but probably not soon enough for everyone's mental health.
I am very pleased to be a co-chair of the Westerberg Celebration this year in 2021, because I think the intent of where these funds will go is very important. We have had a very intense time for our staff over the past year. As we come out of all of this stress, I anticipate that there will be needs that will become apparent at that point, and I think these funds can be used to help support them during that post-stress period of time.
And now our focus broadens a bit. The support from tonight will provide us the resources we need to respond to the needs of our team members with as much speed and nimbleness as we did in providing to the care of our patients. And I'm really honored to be a part of this.
We dreamed of who we could become, how we could help, and where we would be needed. We are years of education before we are a minute on the job. We've sat through the lectures, got the grades, and learned from the best. We've developed strong stomachs and big hearts along the way. We're here every day and every night of every year. We're ready for you, your family, and our community. We've seen it all, from newborn to the young at heart. We are experts in the human body and human emotion too. We listen to you. We make a plan. We give hope. We don't do it for the thank yous. We do it for Mary Lou, Nick, Alex, for all of us. It's not your normal job. No 2 days are the same. No 2 roles are the same. We answer every call and respond to emergencies. We never panic. We're mending lives, looking for veins, and keeping the laughter going. We are prepared for this, and this little one. We are always learning, teaching, and advancing. We say hello. We wave goodbye. We are always here. We are always there. We are Riley, Cora, Lam, Emma, Beth, Gemachiza, Rachel, Sudhir. And at 10:10 this morning, Daphne too. 7 pounds, 3 ounces, all doing well. We are committed to the best because you deserve the best. We are Unity Point Health.
Did you see those faces of those healthcare professionals? They've been through a lot. We heard from what they went through last year, and you could feel and see in their eyes how hard it was, but also how they answered that call. And that's what we keep hearing is those healthcare professionals are answering the call. Yes, they're still dealing with the annual checkups and the emergencies and the traumas, but now they're also dealing with the global pandemic, and they have been throughout this year, and that's why they have answered the call, and now it's our turn to answer the call and be there for them. That's our opportunity tonight to celebrate the incredible resiliency that they have shown over this last year as they've been dealing with this global pandemic and responding to it so incredibly well. And tonight, just in the last couple of minutes, we've seen, I just saw the number, breaking news, if you will, just past the goal of tonight. We had a goal of raising $15,000, and as the video ended, it was at $15,025 or something. It just jumped up again. $17,762 raised so far tonight, and it's an opportunity to say thanks to those individuals who work as our healthcare heroes, to say thank you to what we've done. But what do you say? Should we say thank you a little bit more? Maybe raising that goal to maybe $20,000? Think we could do that in the next couple of minutes? Give them a real thank you, to say thank you for what you've done and thank you for all that you will continue to do? How about we try that? You can text that number, WBC 2021, and you can send it to 41444. Again, text WBC 2021 to 41444, or like we said, if you want to stick a check in the mail, you can do that as well. No problem. Let's see if we can hit 20,000. Raise our goal a little bit tonight, and as we do, let's celebrate. My friend John Merrill, who I've known for about 10 or 15 years around Central Iowa, is an incredibly talented musical artist, and over this last pandemic, he spent some time composing a song to say thank you to those healthcare heroes. As you consider upping your gift or making one tonight, let's listen to John Merrill's message.
You're broken down and tired. You're living life on a merry-go-round, and you can't find the fighter. But I see it in your eyes, and we gon' walk it out and move mountains and walk it out. We gonna move mountains. And I'll rise up, rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. I'll rise up, rise like the wave. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. Oh, for you, for you, for you, for you. When the silence isn't quiet and you feel like it's getting hard to breathe, and I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll take this world to its feet and move
mountains and walk it out. We're gonna move mountains. And I'll rise up, rise like the day. I'll rise up, rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. Oh, I'll rise up, high like the wave. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. Oh, for you. Do it for you.
John Merrill's message there is powerful. In case you missed those words, let's hear them again. I'll rise up. I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up in spite of the ache. I'll rise up and I'll do it 1,000 times again. Think of how many times those healthcare heroes have done things over the last year to help people. It's rising up and helping each other. And tonight has kind of been almost a circular feeling of rising up for the people who have risen up for us over the last year. And congratulations, you blew through the first goal of $15,000. I see up on the board, just past the second goal, $20,000. Keep it coming if you want to. We have something to celebrate tonight. Thank you so much for making us a part of your evening. And thank you so much for answering the call to say thank you to the people who have given so much to us around Central Iowa. We need to say that thank you every year, but after a year like we've had this year, we need to really say it. So thank you to those healthcare professionals around Central Iowa. Thank you for all of those long nights, those tough situations in those patient rooms when we as family members weren't able to be there in person and to say goodbyes or to lend that hand. Thank you for all you've done. And thank you to you for supporting all of those healthcare heroes as well. With your gifts tonight, that hope and the health and the healing are helping heal the folks who heal us. We appreciate you taking the time to spend with us tonight to say thanks to all those folks. I'm Eric Hansen. Thanks so much for being here tonight.
Congrats, everybody. We have surpassed our goal for this evening, and you guys were the part of that. But that doesn't mean it has to stop now. Keep your screens on. Maybe throw in a few more bucks. Let's hurt $30,000. Maybe 31,462. I used to spend my night out in the barroom. Liquor was the only love I've ever known. But you rescued me from reaching for the bottle and brought me back from being too far gone. You're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey. You're as sweet, oh, you're as sweet as strawberry wine. You're as warm as a glass of brandy, yeah. Honey, I stay stoned on your love all the time. And I've looked for love in all the same old places. Found the bottom of the bottles always dry. But when you pulled out your heart, girl, I didn't waste it. 'Cause there's nothing like it, nothing like your love that keeps me high. And you're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey. You're as sweet, oh, you're as sweet as strawberry wine. You're as warm as a glass of brandy. Honey, I stay stoned on your love all the time. And you're as smooth, yeah, as Tennessee whiskey. You're as sweet, oh, you're as sweet as strawberry wine. You're as warm as a glass of brandy, yeah. Honey, I stay stoned
on your love all the time. You're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey. Tennessee whiskey. Tennessee whiskey.
All right. If you're still on, thanks for being here. If you're still on, that means you want to keep donating. So text something, something, something to something, something, something. Oh, looks like we've got some updates here. We actually, you know what?
We got people donating. Go back to the screen that was saying it. Kelly Breffel gave us lots of money from her pocket. Corinne Gansky, $513, yeah, lock it down. Even Julie Pettigo, $100 to go, yeah. Rosanna Rosa, that's a lot of R's to say. $513 from Carlos Peleas. Even $103 from Susan Evans. And old Brenda F, she gave 26. But even all amounts that seem to do the trick. 'Cause we got 20,485 in the bank, y'all. We got 20,485 to go. I don't know if anyone's out there still listening, but give me a little bit more money so I can add it to my show. Denny and Barb Linderbaum, $2,500, that's the bomb. Joyce McDaniel, $513, man, you're the donation queen. Yeah, Angela Knobloch, you sure gave a lot. Jill, I can't say your last name, but 103, I feel so much shame for not knowing how to say it at all. Oh, James Myers, $257. Dr. John Yost, $257, we love you the most, but just as much as you is Andrew Oldtroggy. I slaughtered that, Andrew. I apologize. Kind of. And old Adam Hasselhoon, $25 Roonies. Sarah Gonsaluyas, $25 to us. And Caleb Hegnan, $103 in ya. Victoria Herco, we got 10,000 more to go. So just get on your phone and text 41777 like you saw before. Text www.giveusmoney for the Westerberg Celebration. Goodbye cold, goodbye rain, goodbye sorrow, goodbye shame. I headed out west with my headphones on, boarded a flight with a song in the back of my soul. No one knows, I just found out a ghost left town where the Queen of California is a-stepping.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic evening. We will see you next year.